Hello everyone and welcome to this new episode of Ubuntu Touch Q&A. This is episode 164. We are streamed live on May the 4th, -1, 2025. Welcome everyone. I'm happy and with me tonight is...
Alfred, hello everyone.
Hello. So yeah, before jumping into the news, I would like to answer a question that no one asks. And this question is, man, how do we become a member of UBports and how can I contribute? For becoming a member of the foundation, first of all, you will have to contribute for at least 6 months on significant part of the project. So basically, we will recognize that you gave your time for the foundation and you will be able to join as a member. Membership is free, so it's just on the merit. And you will be able then to shape how the foundation works. We have monthly meeting with the board of trustees, the members, and we try to think of ways to improve the OS on trying to achieve some kind of roadmap, because it's difficult when it's not a company and people just, if they don't want to work, they don't work. So that's the membership. And so you need to contribute. And for contribution, my advice for you is to first read the documentation. Go to docs.ubports.com, and then you will have some options, at least for technical development. So you will be able to first start making apps for Ubuntu Touch. That's the easiest way for me to get into developing for Ubuntu Touch. And you can also then later on, or if you are already familiar with system development, you can also jump in the weeds of developing the OS. So you will find the links to GitLab and other repositories that we offer, and you will be able to fork it and try to tinker on your side. Once you have some significant progress or you're stuck on very specific topics, then
I have one example to bring to this point. Just imagine someone implementing, because now in the system, because for the example of having an encryption application which encrypts your home folder, just as an example, because we will talk about some encryption stuff later, but assuming someone picks that as their goal to implement, and they basically get the ball rolling, and they do so in a manner that is appropriate for the repository to handle it, and so that in the long term we can maintain it. But yeah, I just wanted to bring an example. I just derailed slightly there.
So and if you have then a specific question, you're stuck on a specific typical technical aspects, and you can then join dev groups on Telegram, or you can also ask on the forum, and people will be happy to help you out, because we love to see people that have already invested time before asking questions. It's hard to answer someone who say, how can I contribute to, I don't know, Bluetooth Low Energy on Ubuntu Touch? That's too generic a topic. We don't know anything about your background, your technical knowledge and know-how. So yeah, it's easier if you come with, okay, I tried this, and I'm stuck with this kind of error. I imagine that you have this kind of system. Can you help me find it? That's the kind of questions that will be really appreciated, and you will get a lot of support from the community. And for people that are less technical or not technical at all, then you can also help on the forum, on the chat, help with your own user experience. You struggle to install Ubuntu Touch on your device, you can help someone struggling to install on the same device. Or you can find out after some time that you have some generic answers that you can give. So helping others by just contributing with your experience is also something that is really valuable. And yeah, we also need moderation on the forums and on the chats. We need also some organizational things. So you can say, okay, I'm good at marketing things. So if you need some kind of presentation or a poster for an event, then just ping me and I will be able to help you. That's also things that are great. We already have some good designers, but sometimes they are not available. So yeah, great. The more the merrier. Do you think of something else, Alfred? I think I covered what I have on the top of my head.
No, not about this topic matter, but I do have something to showcase for a larger release to a public audience, so to say, with Telegram group, and that is the Ubuntu Touch Snaps Telegram group. I'll just post a link just now. This is a Telegram link to the Ubuntu Touch Snaps group on Telegram. This one is supposed to bridge the gap for everybody involved who wants to tinker with snaps. If they, for example, I've just released something of a snap change there with working on a packaging repository for it instead of a fork. So we use the fork. Now we use a packaging repository where we package the version that is most recent at the time. And we just apply patches on top. And those patches happen to contain the Android enablement stack. The Android enablement changes required to enable an Android stack to work in a snap confined environment. And it adds everything of that on top. There's also some changes with Lomiri running, the Lomiri renaming, because a few of those interfaces in Snapd actually were supposed to be used with Ubuntu Touch. They're not, but we could reuse them. So, for example, there's a Media Hub interface where we could make use of Media Hub. And I mean, just imagine someone writing an auto-starting Snap service, which can basically, for example, a Spotify client, and it would auto-start. Just imagine what it would do, right? So, yeah. I forgot the train of thought that I was supposed to go with. But Ubuntu Touch and Snaps, if you want to see it, go over there and just go hide this.
Yeah. And you had also some other news regarding Snaps. Maybe a demo on your phone.
I don't have a specific demo on the phone, but what I do have is Pocket VMs. As a little side note, I also package Pocket VMs as a snap. You can get it from the Snap Store with Snap installed. You have it over here. Oh my goodness, this is too bright.
Yeah. Yeah, the Fairphone 5 is pretty bright.
Yeah. They should do. This is one of the things. I mean, here you have it. It works. And what you also do is once you press the plus sign and you tap this a text interface, and you actually get an on-screen keyboard. So
Yeah.
actually, the on-screen keyboard pops up. It takes the input that you put into it. It saves it, and that proves that on-screen keyboard can work.
Yeah. I think that's an amazing news that we are able to have snaps access to OS key. Because it might be a candidate to replace clicks. Not that we want to replace clicks, but that's something for, yeah.
Not for the foreseeable future, at least. No, that's
Yeah.
not our intention.
But for app developers that develop for multiple platforms, they can have only one way to package, and they just have to have special code just to connect to Ubuntu Touch, or to be able to have the same on desktop or on another distro. So yeah.
Yeah, if you're an app developer out there, I have a sales pitch. Just imagine if you are going with a multi-platform application that looks good on Ubuntu the desktop as well. Just go with the Lumiri UI toolkit. We have a content snap. You can use it. You can use the components. You can use the UI toolkit. You can use everything that the toolkit provides, every button, every control, and you can create an application that works. I mean, Delta Touch is proof of all of this.
Yeah.
And it's also been released a few weeks ago. So I'm happy that something came out of this. And yeah.
Yeah. And we have one excited comment that I share the enthusiasm.
Yeah, I wanted to take.
It opens the paves the road.
What it is required, and that for that you would need to bug the Firefox packaging team. Actually, if you want to have Malit, the interface, work on it, you actually need to bug the package maintainers of the particular application to include Malit interface support. And for Malit interface support, it actually requires some plugins to the toolkits, so that it can actually react to, okay, you pressed text field. It should react to it. To get that, you need plugins to the toolkit, and those need to be tested.
No.
Yeah, I actually forked on my Ubuntu Asahi installation. I actually forked Firefox, the snap package, trying to add this Malit thing, but it's not complete yet. It actually requires a lot of resources to build. So, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Firefox is not a small app.
Yes.
So not as easy as 1, 2, 3, but yeah, it's a good thing that it works. It's a good proof of concept. And so, yeah, if a developer wants to take advantage of this, then they know they can.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the news that we have, the merge request on the UBports repository?
Yeah, sure. We do have a bunch of interesting changes. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. We shipped settings to set Ubuntu Touch home button logo and color in the Ubuntu Touch settings. Also, we what do we have here? There are so many technical ones, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
There is, for example, option to erase EXIF metadata from the camera app. That sounds nice. option to erase EXIF metadata. That sounds very very interesting indeed. Also, we landed a few of the encryption module things. So first off, we have a change to the Lumiri greeter wrapper, which basically includes the on-screen keyboard to pop up when you start a login shell from the phone. This is a requirement. The login shell is a requirement for the encrypted scenario, and it needed to be changed in order to make the on-screen keyboard pop up. We also have DNS mask config. So what we do have with Halium is that it does name service requests on a different address on 127.0.0.53, whereas we regularly do this on 1.1. And with a little change, we listen on both of those addresses so that the Halium container and the host system can actually do networking properly, so that DNS is resolved. This is important, for example, for assisted GPS to function, because it does have to do a request there. Also, we added FScript and the PALM module for encryption to the seed, which means that it's getting installed. So basically, we have the prerequisites. We have 3 out of 5 prerequisites to the encrypted system, to the encrypted home story. 2 of them still need to be reviewed and merged, but considering that those are in place, one can take a terminal and encrypt their home partition and just swap it out.
Yeah, so you told me earlier off camera that it's possible with manual steps to get home directory encrypted.
Yes. So, and also what I figured out last time is we had last time the question of should we be able to encrypt the home and apps also. And actually, you can just add a new directory. You can just encrypt it with that protector, and the protector gets unlocked automatically for every directory that links to it. So you can't encrypt your applications directory, actually, which makes sense from a security perspective if you want to go really high security. So you could do that.
Yeah. Sounds very good.
It is.
That's really promising, and thanks for all the work that you've done and that others also have done in the past 2 weeks. I think we are good with the news. Maybe this is the time of the evening where we have a vote for our sponsors.
Definitely.
Or, yeah, let's go to the sponsors. I will do the apps, the open store later.
Okay.
Yeah, I will take the first ones, but as I'm always ready, I didn't prepare the banner. So thanks to our amazing sponsors and partners, Smooth, Vola, Pine64, Weinstein, DigitalOcean, Netlify, Odoo Community Association, Private Internet Access, Gartner and Associate, Tixia, GitLab, Cloudrun, CodeLutin, and Gandhi.net. And we have also amazing patrons. So let's go and jump into it. We have Aitil, Adam Avelka, Conspy, Daniel Franchak, Heather Ellsworth, Jose Angel Escura, JT, Caleb Clark, Kenneth Drew, Luigi311, Marty McFly Jr., Michael Kellner, Mr. T10001, Omegus, Pavel Arnost, PK, Robin Hood, Randarius, Spendiahose. And randomly, I selected others that we wanted to shout out to, also other donators that give little amounts, but the little amount makes a big rivers. So we have Dark High, Peter Glushkov, Glushkov, Luis M, Jose, and Peter Denner. Thanks everyone. Your contribution means a lot to us. And if you want to help us continue what we do, go to ubpost.com/donate. You will be able to make donations in various forms. It will be Patreon, LiberaPay, PayPal, SEPA Warrior transfers, or if you're in Europe. Or you can also head to our merch shop. Oh, damn, it's hard to say. At ureports.com/shop. Like I like to quote this sentence from Rome. It won't make us rich, but it might make us famous. Because every time you sport one of our hoodies or T-shirts or anything else, then people will ask questions. What is it? Is it not dead? Ubuntu Touch, is it still alive? Yes, it is. Actually, we need your help. And if you're still interested by this idea, please help us contribute. If you know developers, we need them. So spread the word. It's really important. Thanks everyone for your support. Thanks you watcher. And that's it. Spread some love. Now I can maybe share my screen and talk about the new apps happening recently. So in the last couple of weeks, not many new applications, but we have the Sudoku and other games unofficial web app. So this is a web application, as the name implies, that allows you to connect to a website called Brain Basher, which gives you access to some games and puzzles. Another web app coming in the open store made by Johan Finn. Thanks, Johan, for this. And I noticed, Johan, if you're listening, that your apps are all proprietary, but know that we can also access the content, because when you download the click, you can unzip it and check the content. And web apps are just a shortcut for the WebView browser. So we can actually see everything. So maybe just put it in an open source format, or the what is called license. That's the word. And share the sources. And for the most what I want to say, suspicious people, or people with trust issues, know that also you can use Web App Plus by using the amazing app called Weber. Weber allows you to copy-paste an URL and create your own web app for Ubuntu Touch locally on your device. So you can take inspiration from the open store, but replicate the same thing. I'm one of those guys with trust issues, and for my bank app, I don't want to rely on anyone else, so I made my own, as well as for Amazon, because they handle my credit card. We have another new application that I'm very excited about. I didn't try it yet, but that's music recognition. So I don't want to make an ad for another famous application, but this one allows you to listen to some music and recognize what's the author and what is the title. So that's really amazing to have this on Ubuntu Touch. So thanks a lot, Luxus, for this app. It's something that I never. I was just saying that okay, that's the price to get freedom on my device, and but now we have it, so that's great. We have a video with a demo of it, and it's great. I don't know if we can play it because it has music playing, but very good. Thank you, Access.
Very nice stuff. Very nice stuff.
Yeah, I will try it after the show for sure. And we have two apps that have been updated recently. The first one is CineUT. So thanks, Daniel, for the update. I'm not sure how many changes happened in the last 2 weeks, but the latest one is some behind the scene kind of stuff, it seems. But that's great to see that you're still working on it, and it's a very killer app for those who want, for example, WhatsApp or Telegram, not Telegram, Signal, working through Matrix. That's a great thing, a great workaround. And we have also the time management beta release that has been also updated. So thanks a lot, Monk Consulting, for continuous support of this app. I think it can be helpful to many business owners. So that's it for this the last couple of weeks.
Very nice stuff.
Yeah. And now I guess it's time to get to the questions.
Yes, indeed.
Am I missing something? No. I don't think
You're
so.
on track. You're on track.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions this week on the forum, but they come as one big question from WBPKM. So basically, they asked to clarify the situation for the future proofing of Ubuntu Touch and the diverse devices supported. So the first answer that we can give is that it depends on the maintainer of the port. It's hard for us to say that, let's say, model X or Y or Z will have Noble or the next version, because it really depends on the maintainer, on the porter. They need to do the work to make the jump from Focal to Noble and to other versions. And the question also revolves around VoLT and its support. That's also something that relies on the porter. They need to use the plugins for VoLT. So there's one for MediaTek devices and one for Qualcomm chips. They not necessarily work for every kind of Qualcomm device or MediaTek device, but it's pretty. It should work for most of them. But of course, there will be limitation based on case by case, and we didn't make, or no one really made an assessment of what devices would be compatible. You have to try to say, okay, no, it won't work. I think that's something that you encounter, Alfred, for the Pixel 3a, and because of the age of the device, it was deemed not worth the effort.
Right. But I have to say, though, that the Fairphone 5 has replaced my Pixel 3a very well. To the point where I'm daily driving the Fairphone 5 now with all the development bells and whistles, with all the encryption stuff, with all the unfinished business, so to say. But it works. and it works pretty well, decently.
Yeah.
It has some issues, like, for example, right now, because of crashes in Lomiri, it just crashed Lomiri, which means I have to enter the pin again. But those are little things. It works, so it's a safe bet. If you expect the same level of maintenance that the Pixel 3a got, I think you're in good hands here.
Yeah, and it's also a platform that was used by Marius to develop to work on the OLT. You are working on the Fairphone 5. Muhammad is also working a lot on the Fairphone 5. So we have amazing people behind it and using it and developing for it and with it. So yeah, the Fairphone 5 is a really good bet if you can afford it. Then also we have some.
Actually, I wanted to say something about this because I have an opportunity to show my new TV screen here. That is, I want to talk about something, and that is my. Wait a second, let me just stand up and go over to my TV screen, because what I can do is use the docking station that is connected to it. And I do have the TV screen here. I have my phone over here in my hand. And I connect it to the docking station. Plug the thing right in. It loads. And it shows desktop.
Yeah.
And it does all the conversion things. I mean, it's got scaled screen right now, but I mean, hey, it's something. Oh no, that's actually the full 4K that I get with the screen. It's actually drawing in 4K mode right now.
Yeah, so the TV does the upscaling, or is it the phone that is able to send the 4K signal?
Well, it seems like the phone is able to provide the frames in a decent manner.
Impressive.
But I can't do this with the Fairphone 5 and the Fairphone 4, but not with the Pixel 3a. I'm just saying there are certain differences in the devices, in the capabilities. I treated the Pixel 3a more as this affordable, still old but still capable device type of thing, like the iPhone SE, for example, if you compare that. And yeah, I mean, it's got more capabilities. And let me just unplug this with it. Showcases what's possible.
Yeah, and yeah, external display, wired external display is really interesting for convergence cases. You can also plug your Bluetooth keyboard and mouse. It works, or I need to try this because I have a screen that acts as a USB-C hub, and that allows wired connection, so DisplayPort over USB-C. So I think I can try some things by plugging USB keyboard and mouse to the screen and see if it's recognized by the phone. I guess it will work, but didn't try this. I will report in a couple of weeks. Yeah, so where were we? Oh, yes, a question from WPKN. They also speak about the Vola devices. So Vola will announce a lot of things on the Vola days, on the Vola community days. Mid-June it will be in Germany, but you can also join online. So I won't spoil the things, but yeah, Vola is really committed to supporting at least their current panel of device. For older devices, I think it's better to just ask them, because they are working on support. They are supporters and maintainers of support. So yeah, you should ask questions about VOLA devices directly to VOLA. They will have the people who knows about this. Am I missing some part of the question?
No, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
All right. So I think that's it. I will check on the chat, because we don't have any more questions from the forum. It was quiet this week.
Yes. If you can come up with something, just do it now.
Yeah, I can. Just to answer Wiccan, Tim, yes, it's the Fairphone 5 that was demoed by Alfred. Yes. And that's also my daily driver currently. You're on Noble as well, Alfred?
Yes.
Yeah. So we are both running the Fairphone 5 on Noble.
Okay, there is one question here. What is the newest Ubuntu Touch based on what Ubuntu version? So the most recent stable one is 2004 based. The most recent in development one, which is not released as a stable one, is based on Noble, so 2404.
Yeah.
You install it with the UBports installer.
That's it. I can demo it even, because we have some time. Let me just run the installer here and share my screen. Share screen. Down. Maybe not share the screen. I will do this way. Please welcome the infinite screen, and hello. And here I have the. So do you see my screen, the UBports installer?
I'll add you to the stage.
Oh, thank you.
There we go.
Here, okay. So yeah, after selecting your device, for example, the Fairphone 5, because this one we know runs Noble, then I'm just faking it, but I want to install Ubuntu Touch. I select it, and then you have the choice to use the hidden channel, the UTnext currently, because this is still work in progress. So if I select this one, I'm able to flash the version of Noble. Now, I shouldn't have done this first. Let's do this if no, that's okay. And you have to select these options to allow to see the hidden channels. So that's for really tinkering with your device, because usually it's not as stable as is the Noble version right now. So yeah, do this at your own risk, and maybe not on your daily driver, but currently Noble is pretty good. So if you're not worried, and if you're willing to just reinstall your phone if you break some things, then yeah, welcome to try it out and report some issues. The most obvious one are already reported, so that's not a big deal. And so yeah, that's it. Let me infinite screen.
Uh-oh. All right. Anything in particular that stands out right now? Is there any joint development with Postmarket OS going on? Well, we do have some people in the community who are working with Postmarket OS or Postmarket OS or otherwise are contributing their patches to enable it to run on Postmarket OS. So there is some synergy there. There is some effort there. It's just different people doing different things at different times. With the recent mirror upgrade, we've also noticed that, or I've noticed that Postmarket OS received mirror update very quickly and was rocking an upgraded desktop experience similar to what you get with Ubuntu plus the Lomiri PPA. So kudos there, hats off, pretty nice stuff. And yeah.
And we also met with people from what is it called? Kelly Phones, Plasma Mobile. So yeah, and we are really interested on figuring a way to be able to use apps developed by for Ubuntu Touch. So I think now with Snaps and the Lomiri UI toolkit, they will be able to have developers creating apps that will be compatible with Plasma Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's something that could be really interesting, and having app developers that can do both platforms, it will help us grow, and it will be a real team effort. And yeah, we don't have a lot of resources, and if one developer can do good for both platforms, and it will be a very great things. And hopefully that will be recognized as a real alternative to Android and iOS. And maybe more people will be interested, more developers, more contributors, and so better experience for everyone. That's the goal, that's the dream. But yeah, the first step is more developers, because we really need them.
That is true indeed.
I can answer this one also quickly. No, not this one. Any continuation with Pine devices support? Yes, we have at least one person working on maintaining the Pine devices. But yeah, we found the limits of the hardware. It's hard to get really nice performance on those. Battery life is not the best, but yeah, at least they offered for American people an alternative with VLT for a long time now. So that's still great that we are here. And for the future, I don't know what it holds, but we are not officially in talks anymore with Pine about new devices or ports or anything. But yeah, we still support them. I mean, on ideologically, we share the same values. And yeah, maybe in the future there will be other collaborations, but currently there's nothing in the pipe for an official collaboration between Pine64 and UBports as official entities. But the community still supports the devices, because that was also the deal from the beginning. They provide the hardware, we provide the soft. Simple as that. Do you see any other questions that you want to answer, Alfred?
No, not really. No, I think that's about it.
Yeah. So I guess let's call it today.
Let's call it a day.
Yeah. So we wish you all a good evening and happy May the 4th for tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's important.
You gotta appreciate the Star Wars stuff, really.
Yeah, we do. So may the Force be with you tomorrow, at
May
least.
the Force be with you.
And we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you then.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.